This offseason, they haven't really done much at the safety position. Do you view that as a vote of confidence from the team?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the coaches, they've expressed confidence in me. Obviously, I have a lot of confidence in myself, but it's just like any other year, man. I still got to come in and prove it. I still got a lot to prove. So, I'm just focused on, taking everything one day at a time, trying to continue to get better every single day. There's still a long time till season, so that's where my focus is right now.
Did last year boost your confidence in yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I thought I played pretty solid last year. I thought I set a good foundation for myself to build on this year. So like I said, that's where my focus is, trying to build off on that while continuing to get better every day.
What are you ready to in which you can get better?
A lot of things, man. I've talked to my coaches. They've told me what they feel I need to get better at, and that's where my focus is at right now.
You feel like you need to be Rodney McLeod now?
No, I don't really look at it as seeing as I gotta, fill anybody's shoes. Rodney's in his own lane, man. He was a great player, great leader, great teammate for this organization for a while. So, I'm not taking the approach of I have to fill anybody's shoes or be anybody else. I'm just trying to be myself day in and day out.
You had some success last year in a kind of a limited role. How do you know whether or not that success translates if you play more?
I'm not really worried about that. The way I look at it, I have confidence in myself. Like you said, like you had asked before, the way I played last year, I felt that boosted my confidence, and I'm just trying to continue to stack days, continue to keep pushing to better myself.
What was your initial reaction to the Bradberry signing, and how does adding a guy like Bradberry help you guys on the back end?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, anytime we can add a player like that, it'll boost any team. He's a really good player, been proven he's a good player in this league for a while. So, I'm really excited to meet him, and I'm really excited to work with him.
Marcus, is it in the back of your mind as the team continues to make moves, even up to today, that there still could be moves made that would maybe take that starting opportunity away?
Nah, my biggest thing is I try to focus on things that I can control. And, the only thing I can control right now is me and my actions and what I do every day.
How were you able to build in the offseason on what you did last season? What approach did you take this offseason that maybe was different than previous ones?
My approach every offseason is pretty much the same. I just try to attack it every year, try to work harder than I did the year before, so that it doesn't really, how I play the year before, it doesn't really affect me. I'm never somebody who gets complacent or gets down on myself. Either way, I'm just always keep working the way I've always worked my whole life and keep pushing.
What is that feedback from the coaches like? You mentioned they want you to work on certain things. What is that sort of constructive criticism, and how do you use that?
It's just being open-minded. I mean, not taking their criticism personal, but taking it to heart and seeing that, realizing there's things that I need to improve on. And, I understand that, obviously. So that's where, like I said, that's where my focus is right now, just trying to, every day we're in here, it's nice to be back here in the building for the offseason because, I get to work on those things. I get to watch film with the coaches and my teammates every day. So, that's where I'm trying to just keep every day, find something that I could get better on, even if it's something that I've learned before, relearn it and keep getting better.
You had a long journey to this point. I mean, you didn't start out here. What has that been like? Did you expect it to be like this when you came into the league? And what did you think you had to do to really, prove yourself?
Our coaches have been saying something, you have to prove and reprove yourself. So, that's kind of how it was for me, even in college, being a walk-on. I always had to prove and reprove myself. So that's kind of just how my mindset has always been. My mindset hasn't really shifted from that. Always have that chip on my shoulder, and I always feel like I have to prove myself, and even if I prove myself, I have to reprove myself. So, I'm just trying to continue to show that I belong.
So the chemistry with the defensive backs, with the corners and the safeties, with you guys' communication with each other, feel very comfortable about the connection?
Yeah, I feel really good about the guys we have in the room right now. I feel like our chemistry is there, and we're continuing to grow that chemistry every single day. I mean, like I said, it's been good to be back in the building in the off season because, we're just around each other. We're bonding. We're building that chemistry. We're watching film together, working out together, hanging out together. So all those things, help us continue to build that chemistry.
How do you think someone like Jordan Davis on base downs will affect your group in particular It seemed like last year as it went on, you had to commit a safety closer to the box to help with that.
Yeah, I mean, this game of football, everything starts up front. So, we have an incredible D-line. So, like you said, adding a guy like that, it just boosts that. So, anytime we have such a good D-line like that, it obviously makes our job a lot easier. So, I'm really excited to have him on our defense.
Marcus, are there concepts last year defensively that with the additions you have now, you'll be able to execute that maybe last year as a team you guys may have struggled to execute?
I got confidence in everybody that we have on this roster. I feel really, really good about the group of guys we have in our secondary room. So, I'm not really too worried about, feeling like people may feel like what we can or can't do. Like I said, I got the utmost confidence in these guys. I got the confidence in our coaches to coach us up and put us in position to make the plays that we need to make.
Marcus, what went into opening your gym back home, and I guess what it mean to have some teammates out there working out with you throughout the offseason?
Yeah, that was really awesome. I mean, it was really cool. Obviously, me and my trainer back home, it was something that we've wanted to do for a while. So there's a lot of hard work that went into that, and just seeing it kind of finally, come together was pretty amazing for me. Meant a lot to me. And, like you said, having a couple guys come out and train there with me, that meant the world to me.
Avonte Maddox was one of those guys just a few minutes ago. He said, he definitely believes that you have the ability to be a starter. What do you think about that potential to line up behind him, next to Anthony in that secondary?
Yeah, I mean, I tell Avonte all the time, you're my favorite nickel in the world. I mean, a great player, obviously one of the best in the league. And, having him out there with me, it was awesome because I was able to see how he works as well. We were kind of able to push each other. And, like he had mentioned, continue to build chemistry. So, it's awesome playing next to Avonte.
He says you kick his butt in Kahoot all the time. What's your secret?
Yeah, that's one of the things Coach Nick always talks about is competing. But, it's real fun in our meeting room. I sit next to Avonte and me, and so we're always competing at that Kahoot and trying to beat each other.
What about the depth at your position at safety? What guys like Kayvon and Jared Maiden kind of doing that you see that we don't see?
Yeah, like I said, I got utmost confidence in all the guys that we have in our safety room. I mean, between Kayvon, Andre, Jared, and then, me and Ant, and then Reed just came. I feel like everybody is showing and proving themselves every day. Everybody's working. Everybody's, continuing to try to build their skill set. And, having been around, Kayvon and Jared and Andre over the last year, I got to see them show that, whether it was scout team or just practice reps. They showed their ability, and I got the utmost confidence in them.
Marcus, Avonte had talked about the need to produce more turnovers. I'm wondering if in this day and age, is it more about hitting quarterbacks or confusing quarterbacks that leads to more turnovers? How do you feel about that?
I think it's just about having a mindset of coming in and just playing physical, having that mindset that you're going to win your matchup and attack the ball when it's in the air. I think those are the biggest things. Is if you have that mindset of going and I'm going to go take the ball away, then as a whole defense, then we're going to create more turnovers.
What makes somebody good in Kahoot? What do you have to do to beat?
So it'll be a question on the board, and you got to answer it. But it's not only if you answer it right or wrong, it's also how fast you answer it. So if everybody's answering the right question, whoever is answering it the fastest is going to get more points.